Then here for the sister, she just gets 3 points because the sister is awesome, I guess. Hey everyone, this is Attackers. Today I got my review and playthrough of Wedding Seating Chart, or as its original Polish name is, Przy Weselnym Stole. I hope I kind of pronounced that semi-correctly. This is designed by Igor Zuber, illustrated by Denis Mandelich, and published by Smart Flamingo. Igor originally designed this for his own wedding, like in a smaller format and everything, and now it got published actually, and yeah, I'm going to show that to you today. So how I will structure today's video is as follows. I will first give you a small presentation of how the 2-player mode works, because it is originally a 2-player game. Then I will do a full playthrough of the solo mode, and then at the end I will give you my review. You can just use the timestamps below in order to jump to the section that interests you the most. Bonus points on this channel, of course, if you watch the entire video from front to back. And that also supports my channel the most, the more you watch. All right, as usual, before we get started, grab yourself a cup of tea and let's do this. This almost got the right drinking temperature. It's still a little bit too hot, but just slightly. Okay, so what is this game about? Well, actually, it is about like seating at your wedding. That's why it's called, like Wedding Seating Chart. I think Przy Weselnym Stole, if I pronounce that correctly, means at the wedding table. So like the English version, the English title is a little bit different, I think. But Igor or any other Polish viewers here, please feel free to correct me. I'm pretty sure that I butchered all of that. So in terms of setup, I will not do a montage today because the setup is like extremely simple. So essentially, let me just take everything out here like this. Essentially, we have 2 like boards for the wedding table. Let me just bend it back a little bit so they are kind of flat. And we just put them right next to each other like this here, because there's like the long wedding table we have here, right? Then we have like all of these guests. They are like kind of the same front and back, right? We have like the pink and the blue side for the 2 players, but also we use them in the solo mode. They have like slight differences front to back. For example, this guy here, the black sheep, he like gives points for like blue cards, or like no points for blue cards around him, but if you turn them over, it's like pink cards, right? So they have like slight changes there, but apart from that, they're all the same. So what we do here is we should give them a good shuffle like this. All right, the color doesn't matter, right? Doesn't matter at all. And what we then do is that we just put a stack somewhere here like this, and then we just put 3 cards here in a row. You can also put them like right next to each other, or it doesn't matter how you do that, right? But yeah, we just need them. I'll just do it like this here because that's the best for recording. I can shove them a little bit more to the left here, which is great. And I will do like a little bit, I will put those a little bit higher so we know that's actually the deck. And now we take like the bride here and the groom, we put them both on the cake on the 0 space. The thing here is that these are for the 2 players. Like one player would have blue, the other one would have pink, right? I will get to that in just a moment when I explain the game. In the solo game, you actually need to have both advance here on the points track. All right, so what do you see here? Well, we see first of all like the stack of cards. We see like the cards that we can like have access to, that we can pull cards from. And here we see the bride and the groom on the wedding cake, which is 0 space, and we see like the point track around here up to 40. Also, you see like these bigger numbers here, right? These are the plates. These are like the seats where like the guests can be seated. The smaller ones are just like points, but no actual like spots for guests to be seated. That is everything that you see here. Let me first start showing you how like the multiplayer game works, the 2-player game, right? It works like that one of the players starts. Usually you would like just take them like into your hand and then just pull one like who would start, right? But let's like have the bride start. I think that it's just very thematic for a wedding, right? And how that would work is they would now be able to take like one of these 3 cards lying here. So for example, take this card here, and you see this is like the grandma. And the grandma has like several like icons here in the top left. These don't do anything on their own, but they help like for other scoring opportunities, right? So for example, later on you have the cousin here, and the cousin gives points for cards with that time icon here, right? With the sand timer. So, and that's like something you can see, right? There's information that's coming up because you know that card will be coming up, so you can kind of plan around that. So, and with the grandma here, what we would do is the bride would now just place the grandma anywhere, but first flip it to her side, right? So, so what the bride could do is just place it like anywhere, like around the table, maybe, for example, maybe here at this spot, right? Then we would replenish this card, and then it would be the blue player's turn, like the one who is like taking the groom. So, for example, maybe the groom is taking this card here, which is the bride. And the cool thing is, because this is like a Polish game, you also have like the Polish words here for the English names here, which is pretty cool. Okay, so this one here, it wouldn't really make a whole lot of sense, right? But what I could do is I could just place it maybe. So I expect that the pink player will try to put a blue card, like will want a blue card here, right? So I will not give them the favor to do that, right? So I will just go here, because the bride gives like 1 point for blue cards, like 2 to the left and 2 to the right. So these two blue cards and these two spots would be eligible for that, so up to 4 points, right? I don't want to place it here, because if I place it here, then 2 to the left would also be a blue card, which gives the grandma points. So no, don't want to do that. Then we would replenish the cards here again, and then it would be the other player's turn. Now the other player would take probably the cousin here, right? And put the cousin maybe here. Or let's maybe put it here, like this. Because the cousin now gives points for sand timers. But now you see like that the arrows are a little bit different here. Oops. So the cousin would give points for any sand timers there. Then also diagonal here. So at the 1 and the 7. And also left and right here. So you see like there's like a pretty large radius, right? I just didn't put it here, because this should be like blue cards for the grandma, right? So we're trying to get the other player to put a blue card there. And then we will replenish again. And now the game will just continue and continue until all of these 16 seats have been filled. There will be a few cards left over. I think we have 20 cards. I think there are 20 cards in this deck. So that means like a few cards will be left over. Some people will just not get an invitation, I suppose. But well, that's up to the bride to decide. And then you would just go around the table and would count up the points, right? So, for example, let's just say we would have this stuff here, and then we would like just start counting the points. So, for example, here the animator would give points for like any teddy bears like in the vicinity. There are none, so no points for blue. The grandma would give 2 points for blue cards surrounding her. That worked. 2 points there, 2 points there. So this would be like 4 points for the pink player. For the bride, this one would be 3 points for the blue player, just like that. This one would be 1 point for each blue card surrounding. Let's say would be here, right? That would be another point for blue. This one here would give 2 points for each of these sound symbols. There are none here, straight across and diagonal, so no points there. And this one would give points for like all time symbols here. There's 1, 2. There are 2 of those. So that's another. And then we check here. There's like a little table for 2 of these symbols, 4 points, right? And this is like what we would do for all of these cards here at the table. And who has the most points would then win the game. So that was a quick roundup of how this game is being played at a 2-player count. And now let's jump into the solo mode so I can show that to you. A small thing I need to mention before I get started with the solo mode. There is like this little rule book here in the box when you order the game. And the solo mode is not in here directly, it's indirectly, because there is a QR code right here. This is like the QR code here for the solo variant, as you can see here. It is possible that when you scan that you get to that you are directed to the Polish side. You just need to change the language to English, and then you have the English rules. They are online, right? That's how I learned to play the solo mode. All right, for the solo mode. The setup is the same. We put down the table. We have like the bride and the groom here. The solo player will have to like advance both of them. And the goal of the game is to also like again seat 16 people here. And then like we count up all the points for the blue and the pink cards. We can place them to any color that we want to when we place them. And then we receive points for the color that has the lowest number of points, right? So we're trying to have them as evenly matched as possible. Yeah, I'm not totally good at that, but I think like for this showing you how this game works, that is fine. Actually, my last game wasn't too bad. Okay, so how this game now works is as follows. We will have rash turns and we will have careful turns. We start with the rash turn first. Rash turns means we just need to take the top card of the deck and place it anywhere. Right? We don't have a choice. But we do have the choice of like turning the card to any color that we want, either pink or blue, right? So that's definitely something we will have to take advantage of. So let's see, the black sheep here gives points for like either 0 or 1 pink or blue cards around them, but left, bottom, and right. So it may probably make sense to put them into a corner, right? Because then we have like less chances to like put like cards around them, right? So let me just, why don't we put the black sheep here right in the corner? I mean, it kind of works, right? Like the game, like there is a kind of thematic, the game, right? It's kind of funny. I think there's also like the ant or something that wants like lots of alcohol around her, right? The mom doesn't want any alcohol, so it's a kind of funny, yeah. Okay, so that was our rash turn, and now we have the careful turn. We always like take turns, like doing these like careful and rash turns, right? Careful turns means we can take a look at these 3 cards here, and then we just can choose one and then put it anywhere at any color that we want to. And we know that after that we will have to place the cards that's under this one here, but we don't see it yet, right? But we know this one will be available for a future careful turn then, because we replenish everything, right? So now the puppy, for example, would actually be quite a good card to place, right? Because if you put it to the pink side, it would give points for all blue cards around, right? And we do have a blue card there. So we could put it like here, for example, right? So this card would count, and also these 2 cards here and that one. And this one is not a blue card, right? And we don't want any blue cards next to the black sheep. So actually, I think that's not too bad. So let's do it like that. Okay. So now we do a rash turn again. We just refilled our 3 cards here, of course, right? The offer, and now we need to take this one here and do a rash turn again. All right, this is the bridesmaid. She just wants like female cards around her, like up to 3 left and right. That's a lot. This one is male. The puppy, of course, is nothing. And yeah, let's see. I'm actually not quite sure. We just need like a lot of room for her. So we probably also want to have the bride next to her, right? So you know what? Let's see. I can already see here that this one, the mom, wouldn't work here, right? Because she doesn't want any alcohol here. And of course the bridesmaid has alcohol. Of course she does. So maybe let's put her like... no, we need to put her on this side here. Let's put it like this here, maybe. So 3 here, 3 there. So we will try to have almost all the women here. Okay. So now we have a careful turn again. This one gives points for all cards with a heart symbol. I know that the bride will have that. So we should seat him next to the bride, maybe. The uncle wants to have like the same like symbols up here, right? So we could actually put the uncle maybe here, because we already have like 2 sound symbols here, right? We just need 1 more sound symbol for 4 points. That's not too bad. But we already have like quite a few blue cards. So that's, I will still put a blue card here because, yeah, the puppy wants blue cards. But I would have to use like pink cards quite soon. Okay, then we need to do a rash turn with the nephew here. The nephew wants like this bow tie in the vicinity, and there are none here at the moment, right? So... I have no idea what to do here. Yeah, maybe let's just... But it's like all across. If we want to have the women here, right? This is not gonna work too well. Yeah, maybe I should have put like the bridesmaid a little bit more to the left, slightly. But I didn't do that, so that's the way it is. So what do we do with the nephew? Actually, you know what? I mean, yeah, we want women here mainly, but we can still have like maybe one of them here. I think that's fine. And then we can try to have like some bow ties up here. But then again, we only want 2 bow ties, right? Well, actually, no, we only want 2 bow ties. So what we could do is the following. We could actually do it like this. And then we just have 1 bow tie here and 1 there. Maybe that's going to work. And that's perfect. Because 2 bow ties is 5 points. So I think that would work. Okay. So that was our rash turn. Now we need to do careful turn again. This guy, just the best man, just wants scoring symbols. And they mostly have 2. Some of them have 3. So yeah, this one actually is quite easy to do, I think. This one wants the hearts. We don't have those yet. This one wants no alcohol nearby. So the mom, we can like put the mom maybe here. I think that would work. Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. Then let's take the mom and put the mom here, but on the pink side, like this. Because, okay, and then we need to try to have no alcohol here. Okay. So you see, like, there's a lot to think about in this game. All right, then we have the sister for a rash turn. The sister just gives 3 points, right? So it makes sense to maybe just put her here because she has, like, this female symbol, right? So let's just put the sister right next to the bridesmaid. I think that's fine, right? That works. But let's put her to the pink side, maybe. Kind of hard to see. Yeah, let's maybe put her to the pink side. Okay, good. Now careful turn again. The DJ is pretty cool. The DJ just gives you points for like this color of cards in the corners, right? That means we can turn him to the blue side, put him in a corner, and then he would like give points for all blue cards in the corner. We can also not put him in a corner, but then we need to like put blue cards like in the corners here. But I think that could actually work, right? So let's put him right here, I think. Ah, no, we want sound symbols here. We want a sound symbol if possible. So let's put him... No, wait. Sound symbols? Oh, no, we don't have anything with sound symbols here, right? Didn't I have a card that... oh, no, I thought I did, but no, I don't. That's... Oh, yeah, I do, for this one here, because of these same symbols. Yeah. Yeah, then let's put him here on this side, right there. Okay, good. So now we have a rash turn again with the dad. The dad wants wine and a lot of wine glasses. Okay, where do we have wine? We have one here. We have one there. Okay, that would actually work. To put him like... No wine here. It doesn't really matter where we put him. If we put him here, we have at least 2. We could put one more here later on, that we would have 3. That's okay, actually. That would be 4 points. That's not too bad. But let's put him to the pink side. Actually, the blue side would be better because we want a blue card here, right? Also, we want sound symbols. Can we do it differently? Yeah, we can. Let me just put him right here. That also would work. We just need to, like, if possible, put someone with sound and wine here. That would be perfect. Do we have anything with sound and wine? Not yet. Let's see if we can find something. All right, the grandma wants a blue card, left and right. That would actually work really well up there because we want a blue card here, right? So let's put the grandma up here like this. I think that's a good idea. All right, so rash turn here. So we have a wine card. That's the aunt. That's the one that I meant. Oh no, she actually doesn't want alcohol. She wants like males next to her. Well, that would be perfect up there, right? We have a wine symbol and males. We have males all around here. Oh yeah, that's really good. But now I need to see, I have loads of pink cards. I think I need to put a blue one again for now. And also like this one gets a point for blue, so that's good. Yeah, I think that works. I didn't really do a whole lot with the bow ties here, unfortunately, but that's the way it is. Also, we have like, it's like really stormy today, so it's possible that you hear that, but I hope it's not too loud. Okay, so a careful turn again here. This one here has alcohol, but we don't want any alcohol here. We don't want any there, right? So no alcohol here, please. This here has a female and a bow tie. The bow tie doesn't do anything anymore, but we still need females around here, right? And she wants hearts. We don't have any hearts yet, but there is no room anymore to really do that, right? So what we could do is put the photographer right here, and then just put something with hearts there and there, maybe. It's not great, but it's at least a female for the bridesmaid. But let's put her here in pink, I think. Yeah. All right, a rash turn. I don't know when the bride is coming, right? We still haven't seen the bride. Do we have the groom? We don't have the groom either, I think. No. Okay, the grandpa. The grandpa wants sound symbols. We have one there and one there. And one there. We have no sound symbols here. So if we need to put the grandpa here, maybe here that would work. No wine, that's good for the mom. And he would get just one sound symbol. Well, what we could also do is put him here. Then we have 2 sound symbols. This is not a blue card. That's good. But now we need to put a lot of blue cards, I think. But okay, that works. Oh, the groom is here. Okay, let's put the groom right here in. We said blue, right? Yeah, for the DJ. Oh, this one, we should have put in blue. Wait, let me put it in blue then for the DJ. Okay, then we put this one here in blue as well. Oh, that's a lot of blue cards. Ooh, I think that could be too many points for blue. Yeah, let me put this to pink like I had it. So let me put him here. I think that's fine because that's 3 points for this card here. And no points. Oh, but no points for the groom, right? Well, but that's the way it is, I guess. Okay. So, and then we do rash turn with the bride. You see, we still have the bride here. Okay. Actually, you know what? Before I take a look at that, did we want the bride right next here? No, it doesn't matter. Okay, the bride. So the bride gives points for blue or pink cards. So the bride would maybe make sense here. Would make sense here. I mean, the bride and the groom are not next to each other, but that's, I guess, the way it is. So put a pink card here and then a blue card there. And I think then that would be actually kind of okay. But this one, yeah, I think it'll be kind of okay. So let's see. Now let's try to put a blue card here. So this one is like with the time symbols. And I think we have one at least here. Okay, that would be 1 point. Not too great. How about the teddy bear? None at all. For the animator, the best man just wants any symbols. So we would have 5. That's not too bad. Oh, that's not enough. We need 6. Yeah, okay. So like this one is like the best card that we can put here. But it's not great either. But yeah. So, and now you see, we still have 4 cards left over, like I said, right? So we put 16 cards here. That's how it would look like at the end of a 2-player game as well. But for the end of the solo game as well. All right, now for scoring. What we do now is, we just go like around the table here and like look at the points. So here, the black sheep wants no blue cards around him. That would be 5 points. That's great. The puppy wants blue cards. So 1, 2, 3. That's 3 points for pink. The uncle just wants the same symbols here for these 4 cards. The card the thing we have the most are either the teddy bear or the sound symbol or the male symbol, like all of them twice. Oh, that's bad. We would have needed 3. Oh no. Oh, I missed that. You see, I can really miss that. Yeah, then no points for blue. The ant wants to have males around him, so around her, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 males. That's 4 points for blue. All right, blue is getting a few too many points. Then the nephew, let's look at the bow ties. We have only one. All right, that's 1 point for pink. The DJ wants blue cards in the corners. We have 3. That's 3 points right there. The grandma wants blue cards around her directly. We have 2. That's 2 times 2. That's 4 points, up to 8. Then the cousin wants like these hourglasses. There's only 1. That's 1 point. Then here the groom wants these hearts. There are none, so no points for blue. The photographer wants heart symbols as well. We have around her only 1. That's 3 points. 1, 2, 3. Then here for the sister, she just gets 3 points because the sister is awesome, I guess. Then the bridesmaid wants like females around her. They are like up to 3 distance. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 4 points for blue. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the dad wants the wine, but there's only, that's 3 actually. I got 3, and you can look here, like 3 of them give like 4 points, right? That means 4 points for pink. 2, 3, 4. Now we have an issue because we have no blue cards here anymore, right? Because now I can like almost stop counting, right? That was not a great game. Then you have 1 point for like pink cards around. That's another 3 points. 1, 2, 3. Here, no wine glasses, which we managed to do, right? Yeah. So that's another 5 points here. And here, 2 points for sound symbols. We have 2, that's 4 points. So this was actually really bad because I have too many pink cards here, yeah. So this would be the end of the solo game. Now we take a look at like the 2 scoring markers and see like which one is the lowest, which is this one here. That's 17 points. And then we go into the rules. Let me just find them. Here we go. These are the rules here, right? And then we would like go down here and see there's a scoring table right here. And we have 17 points, so we like down here. But let's say we would have put him to blue like I wanted to do it, right? that would have been 2, 4, 2, 4. They would be at 21 points, which already is like up here, right? So it would be like a lot better, right? We would have like jumped 2 ranks here. And that is how you play Wedding Seating Chart or G Weselnem Stolle. But how do I like the game? Well, let me give you my review. Wedding Seating Chart is a very elegant game. It's very quick to learn, has minimal rule set as you could see, and plays really fast. At the same time though, there's a surprising amount of depth here. The game is very thinky and puzzly, with multiple tactical layers you constantly need to keep in mind. That's exactly the kind of game I really enjoy playing. But it can really lead to a little bit of analysis paralysis, especially in the solo game as you could see, to like kind of balance out these two colors. Speaking of the solo mode, I really appreciate that a proper solo mode was developed for this game. It doesn't feel half-baked at all. Yes, technically, it's a solo mode with a scoring table, but works very well. There are things you can plan for, and just as many things you can't, which means your tactical decision making really matters here. For me, this strikes a very nice balance. The components are fine. They're nothing spectacular, but they're completely serviceable what the game needs. I especially like the little meeples here for the bride and groom. That's a really nice touch. The artwork is another highlight for me. It looks like hand-drawn doodles, and I find that style very charming and fitting for the theme. One thing I wasn't a big fan of is the box size. It's definitely larger than it needs to be. Since the game mainly consists of cards, this could have been made much more compact. That said, it's still a nice package overall and doesn't take up too much shelf space, which is something I value a lot these days. I also really like how unique the theme is. Off the top of my head, I can't think of many other games with a wedding theme, and it's always refreshing to see something a bit different. All in all, Wedding Seating Chart is a very elegant game with a deep and thinky puzzle that works well both at 2 players and in the solo mode. It has a unique theme, charming artwork, and plays quickly without overstaying its welcome. As usual, I'll leave a link in the description of this video so you can check out the game yourself and purchase a copy if you would like to. And that concludes my review of Wedding Seating Chart C Weselnem Stolle. Thank you so much for watching and for sticking to the very end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Also, a huge thanks to Igor for providing me with a review copy at Spiel last year. I really appreciate that. And as usual, I would like to thank you all for your support, especially want to give a shout out to my generous patrons. The biggest thanks go to Thagono for supporting me at the highest tier. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. You can also support me by watching, liking, and commenting on my videos, subscribing to my channel, supporting me on Patreon, and join my Discord server to hang out with me and my really cool community. Well, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the very next video or my Discord server. Take care, everyone. Stay safe and cheers.